This call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance or training purposes.
This call may be recorded.
Hi, Miss Deb.
Hey, Tatiana, how are you? Happy New Year.
I know. Happy New Year. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Did you do any this year?
Oh, that's a great question. My January resolution was to create a resolution. So I am in the process, but January is not over yet. So I do think it's going to be probably something to do with organizing, because I feel like just about every problem in my life could be solved. I know that's an ignorant thing to say, but I feel like every problem in my life could be solved if I was just a little more organized. Like, I'm just chaos. I really am.
I'm with you. Absolutely. Well, I haven't made my resolutions yet, but I am. I have them up here. I'm going to do them. But do you know what today is? You know what today
What's
is?
today? No.
Today is Ditch New Year's Resolution Day.
What? Wait, which?
Today is Ditch.
Oh, ditch. I thought you said witch. I was like, which New Year's Resolution Day? What does that mean?
New Year Resolution Day today. It's usually the second Friday of January, where people just say, forget it, I'm going to ditch it.
Never mind. We're done. I'm not even.
So hey,
I'm feeling that.
We're going to do this.
Say it again.
I said, we're positive here, right? So we're going to do it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We wouldn't dream of not doing our resolutions, at least not till the third Friday. Not till the third Friday.
Yeah,
give me one more Friday. One more Friday, and then we can talk about that.
That sounds good.
That is so funny. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Did you set any?
I am. It's all about me. I mean, really, to be more healthy. I had a little tough year last year. I had an operation and moved, and I want to finish organizing. I have a little bit more to do, and just really get outside, get some vitamin D. I joined the YMCA, and I actually called a trainer last week. Just called.
Okay, just called. That is the first step. That is the first step.
Exactly. So so that is where my focus is this year. Absolutely.
Great. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. Those are great. I'm rooting for you, Dev. I think those are great goals.
You're going to get organized too. I know. No doubt about it.
I can do it. I'm hopeful. Kind of. I feel like the second I start saying kind of, I'm like, oh, I'm doubting. I'm not going to do it. And then it's like a spiral.
Just take like a drawer or a closet. Like, just do one thing. And it might get a little bit out of control, but just do one thing. And then it just kind of adds on. Yeah.
That's true. You're right. You're not wrong. Okay. I could do that. I could do one drawer. Well, if you guys are joining, let us know what your New Year's resolutions are. We'd love to hear about it. And don't ditch them, even though it's ditch day. You can do it. We believe in you. And we're going to listen to some calls. All right. We've never heard these before. And also, I want to introduce you just a little bit, because I know she's been on the show before, everybody. So again, this is Deb, but she's been on the show before, but you got to know, I just learned, I didn't know exactly how long you'd been with Power Selling Pros until you just mentioned it to me before we hopped on here. But she's in her 13th year of coaching. That is amazing.
Yeah. I love it. It doesn't seem like 13 years. And I went through it as a CSR years ago prior to that. And I just loved it. And it doesn't seem like that long, but because when you love something, as much as I do love coaching and working with everybody, it's just a great opportunity. I don't even call it a job. I just say it's something I do. The time goes by really quick. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah, that's incredible. I love it. That is something to be proud of. And I just think I love PSP too. Like, I just love what we teach. And I feel like there's such a fulfilling work, and like not something I ever would have thought I would get into, was customer service and become as passionate about it as I am now. But yeah. All right.
You never know. You never know where your path will lead you.
Seriously though. That's so true. All right. We've got some calls. Let's do it. Let's just jump into one.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going out of order. I'm going to do call 3. Here we go.
This Kristen, how can I help you?
You can hear that?
Yes.
Could you hear? Okay. Oh, I think I have music playing. Can you hear my music too? Sorry about that. I've had music on this whole time. You couldn't hear it? Okay, that's good. All right, here we go. This one's 4 minutes. That's kind of a land. All the contact info was taken out of it, so that's kind of a long time. Let's see what happens.
You brought popcorn. Okay.
Hi, okay. Tatiana. Yes, ma'am.
That was weird. She must have asked her for her information. Could you hear that well? That was kind of quiet, right?
It kind of went in and out. It wasn't clear.
Okay, and I think that's on my end too. So let me just play a little bit more of it and see if it gets better. I'm imagining it sounds like she just got her information
at the beginning. Okay.
Because she goes, okay, and she's like typing. So I think with the cut, it just sounds like really short. I'm gonna rewind. It's only 13 seconds. Let's just see.
This Kristen, how can I help you?
Hi, okay. This is Tatiana. Yes, ma'am.
So I think she says this is blank, and she probably gets her address, and she goes, yes. Ma'am. That's okay.
Me. That's what we can hear. Okay.
Mary has to read a make for the hot plate. It's not smoking anymore. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, and what's going on?
You guys picked some of our outlets, and today, well, the last couple of days we've been smelling like the smoky kind of smell. But today we had our appliances plugged into some of the outlets that you guys have repaired and started smoking. So we just unplugged them.
It's coming from the outlet?
I think it's coming from the backside of the outlet. Because it's not coming. One of the outlets had exploded, but that was a couple days ago. Then we recently got our hot plate fixed, and we plugged in the hot plate and our make table into the same outlet. Because it's only a little. Y'all supposed to come back out here and fix the rest of our outlets, but nobody ever came back. And then, but today, well, as of a couple of days, it's been smelling, but today it started smoking. Coming out of the opposite side of the outlet.
Okay, let me take a look here.
Wow. We're 2 minutes into this call.
Yeah, we are.
This is like putting me to sleep. I'm not gonna lie. I'm about to go to bed.
I think the CSR needs to take control of the call. And she's it sounds like the customer's repeating back the same, kind of going over the same issue. I think this would be a good opportunity for the CSR. Okay, and a little bit of concern with, okay, so what I thought I heard her say, she had a hot plate plugged in, and she's getting a burning smell, and she's seeing smoke.
Right.
Yeah, and just say, oh my goodness, show empathy. That's not good. Let's get someone out there. Let's keep moving on. But it is slow.
So I would say this is. I could see someone perhaps justifying the way this call sounds by saying, well, we're listening to what the customer's saying. There's a lot of pausing. So I could see why someone would look at this call and think that it is listening, when in reality, if the customer is starting to repeat the story, those are all signs that they don't actually feel heard. They're starting to repeat. You're not actually acknowledging anything that's being said other than just saying, okay. Yeah. That is not enough to show someone that you are listening, to show someone that you care about what's happening, and to offer any kind of reassurance. It's just not enough. So I agree. And it's very slow moving.
That's where she should just grab control
Yeah.
taken when she's repeating the same thing. Like you said, that customer doesn't have confidence or trust in who she's talking to because she's not getting any feedback. She's not getting any response from her. Yeah.
Right. Right. And it's like she does sound nice when she does talk, but there's just not a whole lot going on as far as connection. And if you're worried about call time, go on. Say it again.
No, you're fine. Yeah, call time too. There's no need to have a customer repeat the same old thing. And it almost made me feel that CSR was maybe working on something else or was focused somewhere else because I think I think I know how I would react if someone's telling me they have smoke coming out of their out. And that's very scary. That's very dangerous. And I would be asking questions and getting it going. So
right. I completely agree with that.
Yeah. Okay.
It could very easily be interpreted as distracted. I completely agree. All right, we got 2 more minutes left. I imagine they're more productive than the first 2 minutes. It should not have taken us 2 minutes to get that information, but yeah, fingers crossed. Let's keep going.
All right, so I do see that we replaced 3 20-amp GFCI outlets, and there was an estimate generated for 5 more that hasn't been approved yet.
Approved by us?
Yeah.
Well, so, yeah, I told him to go ahead and do it when he could get the outlets to come back.
All right, I got to comment on this because that feels like a very "it's not our fault, it's yours" kind of response. And the customer,
yes,
I don't know. Are you? And maybe I missed this. Are you getting the vibe that the customer is blaming them, like that she's putting blame on the company? Am I missing that?
Well, I think just the response. Well, I gave them permission to do it, so I think it's starting to be a he said or she said. But I really, honestly feel at this time that's not even an issue, right? You've got possible, a serious issue. Let's get on it and just say, okay, I see we were out there. We replaced 3. We have 5 more replaced. Are you ready to go ahead with it? This is what the estimate was.
Better, way better. Like this is what we're gonna do because you need to get it done. And we need to get this taken care of. Yeah, not so much of they're waiting for you to say if you wanted to go forward with it or not.
That's beside the point at that point.
I agree. That's exactly how I felt. It was seemed beside the point. Okay, let's keep going.
I didn't get an email. Well, I don't think I got an email back about estimating. We needed all of them too.
Yeah, it was sent to rg.com on 9/7.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. Did y'all need me to go through the email to approve it?
Yeah, it has to be approved for us to be able to come out and take care of those outlets for you. We can do a verbal approval, but it would have to be like us talking right now. I can go ahead and have that approved and scheduled, but we need to take a look at the 3. Was it one of the 3 that we replaced?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes, ma'am. And one of the ones that she replaced has.
Yeah, she should know that before she's trying to upsell something else.
For sure.
Okay, let me take a look. Let me see when I can get someone out there for you. I can have someone out there today between 11 and 1.
That's fine. As soon as possible would be great.
Okay, because it looks like he's finishing up a job now. So what I can do is I can go ahead and have him head that way, and then I'll let my outlets replacement and have him reach out to schedule that part. But I'm going to go ahead and get that technician out there to take a look at those other 3 outlets that we already completed.
Okay, thank you so much.
My pleasure. And do you want him to give this phone number a call when he's on the way?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and have him dispatch that way now.
Okay, thank you so much.
My pleasure. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm disappointed by that call. What do you think, Deb?
I am. It's a repeat customer. We've already done work. She's having a very serious situation going on in her home. And I just don't feel that the customer was supported by that CSR. would have done that call so differently. My main thing would be for their safety to get someone out there and address what's going on right away. Not like, wow, you haven't approved this. And yeah, I can get someone out there. Now I like that she was able to get someone quickly, which is great, but it was, like I said, I think that could have been done much better.
Right. I agree with that. And I'll just say, so what's missing then, what we would have liked to hear a little bit more on that at the very beginning. So to be really clear, I think it sounds like Deb and I agree at the very beginning, well, clearly she got contact information first because there was that awkwardness at the beginning and she didn't clarify any of it by the end. So she clearly got the address in the first part of the call, which means this call, it was way longer than 2 minutes, the time it took for her to verify and validate the contact information. So added to the 2 minutes that we know we have recorded here now, more than 2 minutes before we even ask any question about the problem or any sort of reaction into getting the resolve. And in that time, we want more leadership, meaning more questions about the problem. She should not have waited until the last minute to ask, is the outlet that's doing this the one that we replaced?
Right.
It should be right at the beginning. Which outlet is it? You said we were out there before. Is that the one that we replaced?
Correct.
Or is this a new outlet? Right. Those questions could have been asked in the first 30 seconds.
Absolutely. And I would have reassured her saying, okay, so it's one of the ones we haven't replaced. Let's just say that's the situation. While he's out there, I'm going to have him check the other 3 that we already did. Just make sure, everything's good. I would just to reassure her, either way. But
all right, let's do another one.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. Call 2. Here we go.
Thank you for calling. This is Viola. How can I help you?
Hey, Viola, I needed to call you guys about getting my dad AC service, and it does not seem to be cooling again.
Okay, what
this has
property?
been the worst, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, what properties?
Okay,
perfect. Let me pull that up for him real quick. Look here.
I'll just add, I'm going to pause real quick. I already love her tone. She sounds really sweet. I like her pace. I really like that.
Approachable.
Approachable for sure. Likable. I like her tone a lot.
Yeah.
Any thoughts that you had right out the gate?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, not yet. I think I would like, before we get the address, at least like, oh, it's not cooling. All right, let's get this going. Let me get the address that, which one is your dad's address? Because obviously she might have a couple in there. But I always like the address later, but being that she's calling for her dad, I'm okay with that. And she did say it's not cooling again. So that means we may have been out there before. So, but I would love to hear some empathy and like, okay, let's, reassurance. Yeah, let's get this going. Let's get his address. And
yeah. And you guys, I would use your address and contact information in your favor. Like there are very common times in a call where there's more dead air, more filler words, and that's typically when we're reading through and looking through an account, looking at the appointment availability, which is a lot of what you heard in the last call. Actually, I imagine that's why there was so much silence, is because she was reading through. But if you want to be strategic with that moment in the call where there's typically dead air and filler words, fill it with questions. And this is a great time to ask those questions like, what's your address? Have you used this before? All of that doesn't need to be the first question. Right. We can get into it and be strategic with where we ask those questions so that we don't have as many filler words and dead air.
Good. Anyways, love it.
And then you said it's not cooling. Do you know what's going on with the system?
Yeah, last night it said active alert. It says replace air filter.
Okay.
I did that. And then it says, so now I've got to reset something. I didn't see that. How do I do that?
I do not, because I don't work hands-on with the systems like that, but I can definitely get a technician out there for your father tonight without any kind of additional charge to y'all. Would that work for you?
I've got something tonight. What time were you thinking?
I do not have a time frame for tonight. It would just be sometime later this evening with a 30-minute call ahead, or we could have someone out sometime tomorrow if you prefer that.
Okay, let's talk about how we could say that differently. Because I like, I feel like she sounds like she wants to help. You know, I can sense her energy. Like she doesn't sound tired or dull or like this is the last thing she wants to do. So I think all of that is in her favor for sure.
Yes.
But what would have been a more positive way to say that? What she said was, so we don't have anything tonight. No. She says, I'm not sure what time it would be tonight. All I know is it'll be tonight with a 30-minute call ahead. But we also could do, and then she gives the alternative. Was it tomorrow? Is that what she said? Mm-hmm. Also do tomorrow.
So I think what I would do in this case, what I'd like the CSR to do, I don't know what level she is, but hopefully she would have this person's name. I didn't hear it or I didn't write it down. But I would say, Susan, how soon do you want us out there to help with your dad's, because she's helping somebody else, right? So there might be a little bit more, who knows how close she is to, distant wise. So I'd say, Susan, how soon are you hoping to have someone come out and look at that air conditioner for your dad? At least just throw it out there. And she can even say, I can get out there as early as this evening. And let the customer give it back. Just take it off the plate, because then the customer like, oh, well, how late? Like, I don't know. I have plans, right? Just put it out there because, and let her know that, or tomorrow, that might be a better choice for her, or just ask her blunt out, and that can save some time right there.
Yeah, I love it. Just asking more proactively, and then take out the part where you don't know. Just focus on what you have, and it's way more.
Right. And that way. From a former CSR, I can remember before I did Power Selling Pros going back and forth trying to find a time. If I would have just asked that customer at the beginning, when were you hoping? What's your schedule like? When will you be available to be at your dad's house, or somebody would be there, or do you need, just put it out there one time, and then they're going to give you some opportunities. The other thing I do want to comment, when she said, well, it says something, I need to hit a reset button. And she's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I'm not, trained, or I'm not a technician. Say, well, that would be a great question for our technician. He'll be able to walk you through that.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Just, and that will further help get that call booked.
I completely agree. I wanted to also, this also sparked another thought that I had. And that is, you're talking about a scenario where I love how you're discussing learning what they want so that you can shorten your time of discussing availability. Like, it shortens everyone's time. And nobody wants to tell someone bad news, right? You don't want to be like, I've got tomorrow, and they're like, seriously? Like, that's so irritating. I can't wait. And I'm so frustrated. Like, nobody wants to give that information. And so, like you said, asking would have been a more productive way to have that conversation. But I also hear it the other way.
Yes.
Where people give time like it's bad news. Mm-hmm. And the customer's like, fine with it. Like, it's okay. Yeah, I could wait till next week. But like, I've heard customers call in and be like, hey, I want to get someone out here to look at my AC. And the CSR immediately says, so we can get out there, but it's not going to be till next week.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's fine. It's not urgent. It's okay.
Right. Everybody has a different schedule, different priorities, and again, it'll save them. If they're worried about, again, their call time, again, instead of going and look at the schedule, like, okay, we can go on Thursday. Oh no, I'm not gonna be home Thursday. And you go back and forth. That will just save that frustration and then by the end of the call, you don't know what day you're going, right?
Yeah,
so
I know.
just ask what their availability, what their expectation, when they were hoping.
Yeah. Amen. All right. Let's see how much more we can get through. Let's go to call one.
Janine, this is Isa. How can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to.
This call's almost 4 minutes. Let's see how long call.
It's great.
All these are pretty average, I guess, call times. But all right, this one's 3 minutes. Let's do this one.
Okay.
Dave, this is Cindy. How can I make your day better?
Hey, Cindy, this is Julia. I need to schedule my checkup.
Yeah, Yes.
Whatever I need.
Whatever it is.
Whatever you've been calling about, I need it.
Gotcha.
Okay, cute. That was adorable.
What is that CSR's name?
Oh, I missed it. Here, let's go back. Let's just listen to it again because it was that good anyways.
I think I know who this is. Go ahead.
It's a great day. This is Cindy. How can I make your day better?
Hey, Cindy, this is Juliet. I need to schedule my checkup.
Yes.
Whatever I need.
Whatever it is.
Whatever you've been calling about.
Excuse me. How cute is that intro? That was adorable.
She's amazing, Cindy. She's amazing.
Is she? So have you coached with her? Like, what's your relationship with Cindy?
I used to coach her a while ago, and she would do anything for anyone. She's just that way on every call. You never know if it's her first call of the day or her last call of the day. That is how she comes across.
Oh my gosh, what a great way to describe someone. And anyone who has been on calls knows that that's a big difference, because the amount of times you hear, oh, that was my first call. Oh, that was my last call. Like, oh, it was right before lunch. Oh, I just got back from lunch.
Not with Cindy. Nope. You never know. She's amazing.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. We got 3 more minutes with Cindy. Let's see what happens.
Oh,
Gotcha. Thank you for calling back, Julia. I appreciate that. I feel like sometimes I'm just a pest. So
No. Life's been crazy. I've been trying to sort out my schedule so I can figure out when you can come.
Right. So I actually have some time next week. Did you have a dare time in mind that would work better for you?
Do you have it Friday after like 12:15? Because I usually get home like 12:15, 12:30ish on Friday.
So next Friday, the 27th?
Yes.
Okay, I can. You want to do like a 1 to 5?
That works.
Okay, I can do that. And let me go ahead and get that plugged in. My computer's being slow. I'm sorry. So we're going to do next Friday, the 27th. We're going to do 1 to 5. Juliet,
yes.
Are you in a gated community where we would have to have a gate code?
We are not.
Okay. Is there anything you want to make sure we look at while we're there? Any concerns or questions that you have for the visit?
Not currently. So far, everything's okay.
Excellent. What I like to hear.
I know. I'm scared to say that, but so far, so good.
Right. All right. So it's also time to renew that Advantage plan. It expired, and I'll go over those options with you. You can renew at the level that you have, which is that premium, or you can upgrade to a Premium Plus. Let's see. You had the premium last year. And you just have the one, no, you have 2 systems. So you can set it up to pay monthly. It's $40 a month, or you can pay for the full year, which is $480.
Okay, we can pay for the full year. That's fine.
Okay. You want to take care of that deal?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you have our card on file, or do I need to get that?
We do not.
Okay.
All right, let's stop right there. It's a good place to pause. What are you thinking?
I love Cindy. Cindy, she's very energetic. I love it. She asked, is there any questions you have about what's going on? Like, again, making sure that we're scheduling that the right way, that it should be a maintenance or a tune-up or safety check, and not a service, not that there's an existing issue. I love that she used her name. I mean, she's great.
Did she ask if it was a service? I missed that. I must have.
At the very beginning, yes, the lady said to her, yeah, I'm calling to get I don't know how I wrote that down. My AC. I don't know what I wrote. Can't read my writing. But that's what Julia said at the beginning. I'm calling to get my AC tune-up. That might be tune-up. It says a T there. But she said something at the very beginning that Julia was asking for her annual AC checkup or visit or what have you.
Yeah, I really like this call. She is so sweet. I want this to be on my list of calls I show people for positivity and preparedness, confidence too. You know what I mean? She just sounds like she really wants to be there. And I mean, this could even be a really unique expression of care as well. You know what I mean? Just the rapport and the ease with which she expresses rapport.
And again, like I said, when we talk about positive, we talk about, when we come across to the customer, we want to be positive. We don't want to let them know that we're not feeling good or we're having a bad day. And when I teach that, I tell my CSRs, when you have your calls, they should not know, is this your first or is this your last call of the day? Or is this the call right before lunch?
Gosh, so good. I need to start saying that to people because I rarely use that. I mean, I might use that as an example if it comes up, but that is so true.
I use it in my positive, the positive. I spend a lot of time on positive.
You're so right. And the amount of times I've heard that, you clearly have heard that too. You clearly heard that a lot too. It's the excuse heard around the world. It's my first call today. All right, there's 55 seconds left of this call. Let's just listen to it and then we'll be done because we're at that time. Holy cow, it does just fly.
Alrighty.
I know, right? Okay, here we go.
We try not to keep those. We don't want to get in trouble.
Well, yeah, it's probably better that way. But these days it's like it's all out there everywhere.
I know. It's like, that way I know for sure that nothing happened.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
That's it.
Okay. Alrighty, Julia, I got you down. We're going to see you then on next Friday, the 27th, between 1 and 5. We will call you when we're headed that direction. And this will be your winter chat to make sure you're good to go for whatever the winter looks like this month.
Perfect.
Okay.
We'll see.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. You're so welcome. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
I like it.
That customer, that was enjoyable. Even that customer spent $500 just to join her membership, right?
Yeah. I know, right?
Cindy just does it with ease. But that customer had a good experience. That was a wow experience because that customer felt good, that she felt confident with Cindy. She got done what she needed. It was quick and enjoyable.
Right. I agree with you. And I will say, I noticed, I wanted to hear more value when she was talking about the renewal, but it's also not nearly, I mean, it's important. It's important. I'm trying to find the right way to say this, but I want to say the risk is not as high in this call because of the amount of value she built outside of talking about the actual job, just the amount of value she brought to the call in building a relationship and showing care and being reassuring and validating and happy to be there. Like that is also value.
Right. But I would have loved her to say, Julia, as always, you're going to get a certified technician or licensed technician to take care of that tune up for you this year. And he'll have everything on that wall stock truck when he arrives. Or
simple. Like it can be really simple. Yeah, he's going to come out there. You've done this before. You know the drill. We're going to take good care of you. We'll do those tune-ups before the weather gets too nasty outside. We're going to make sure you're taken care of. Like,
you got it.
Doesn't need to be too much. All right, guys. That's a good place to end it. Let's drop right there. What a great call to end it on. She killed it. And it leaves us all smiling. I love it. I'm glad you know her. You should pass it on that we all got to listen to one of her calls because she did a good job. All right. It was great talking to you, Deb. I'm so glad you were here again. And thank you to everyone who tuned in. Okay, come back. Come back soon.
You guys have a great weekend.
Thank you. Bye.
Resolutions. All right. Bye-bye.
Stick to your resolutions.